Hello, we want to take today about the gas chromatography. We have the instrument here and we will come to talk about the details of the instrument later after the sample preparation, and this is connected with the computer to monitor the chromatograms here. Here our colleague will test the concentration of the thiazone as active oil in sage extract. We have it here. This is the sage extract and we want to know the concentration of it. We have also a standard thiazone, pure thiazone here, and we prepare two samples, test sample, which is the sage extract in hexane and thiazone as pure compound in hexane. And you know that we need internal standard to correct any error in the sample loading. Here we have the internal standard. We will add constant volume of the internal standard, 5 ml here, volumetric pipette, to each sample. One for the test solution, like this. And another volume, exact volume, to the standard solution. One for test, one for the standard. In this case, we have the internal standard, which is here carbon solution, in constant concentration in each flask. Then we adjust the volume of the test and standard flasks. After this, immediately we can shake gently the flask and add certain volume of the solution constituents here in a GC vial. This is the GC vial, small vial with a cap. We take a volume here. We just need 1 ml, 2 ml is enough. Then we close the vial. As you see here, we have a rubber on this cap. This rubber is auto sealed rubber, and it can allow the syringe of the GC to penetrate it. Here we have the GC, and we add sample here, our sample in this tray. And now we will run the instrument. Here in this instrument we have the column. This is the column. It is the capillary column and it's coiled here. It's very long, usually might reach 60 meters. And we have the oven. And this is the inlet of the sample. You will see now how the auto sampler will inject certain volume from our vial into the injector here, and the solution will go to the column to be separated. Then it will go to the GC part here. This is the MS part. The mass will detect the material. Okay. So we order the instrument here to make an injection. Here the auto sampler. You will see now the auto sampler will take time to take the order and then to inject the sample. Sometimes we want to wait to equilibrate the temperature. Here we also have the nitrogen gas here as mobile phase, and we have the a pump. Now we will see the injection. See the auto sampler now rotate little bit, and it will take by the syringe from the solvent just to wash the solvent, the syringe of it, solvent like ethyl acetate. See? Now it will draw and rotate the tray here to take the volume from the vial we added. See the syringe now. See. This is just washing steps for the syringe. See now, see the needle. This is the syringe. It takes the certain volume from our sample. Many times to take the nitro to remove any possibility of air bubbles in the last sample. Now the sample will be loaded into the injector. See, very quickly. Now the sample now will go with the nitrogen gas as a mobile phase or helium gas sometimes to the column. Then we will see here the chromatogram started to be detected. See here. Now the mass will detect the analyte coming from the gas chromatographic column. See? After a while, we will see the chromatogram of the thiazone and carbon. Here, the chromatogram. Here we have the peak of carbon and the peak of thiazone. Now let's make sure that this is the thiazone from the library of the mass. We will click on it and see, yes, we have the structure here. This is the structure of thiazone, and the name here, this is the name of thiazone. Now we will see the peak of carbon, because we have sometimes many peaks and we don't know if this peak or this peak or this peak is for carbon. This will help us by mass. This is the structure of carbon, and we have the name of carbon here, carbon. So we will compare the test response. Can we see the area of the carbon? Now here we will make integration to take the response. Here the retention time of carbon is here. Okay, this is the area of it. This for